Complex that's been plagued by crime along with gang activity is going into foreclosure, leaving the future of hundreds of tenants uncertain.
The owner tells News 4 I-Team reporter Jay Avila he believes the city's migrant policies and police response caused the downfall of his property.
It's clear that the owner is not beating around the bush. He believes that the migrant policies and the reaction and responses from the city caused the downfall of his property.
The owner of the 678-unit Palacia Apartments says they never financially recovered after Tren de Aragua gang members broke into hundreds of apartments, damaged them, and even rented them to people who had been staying at the city's Migrant Resource Center.
Yet we were hearing that the MRC was not a problem, that the people there were not a problem. And here we see that the property owner is telling us that they never quite recovered from the damage that they sustained to the premises and the financial impact that it had.
So this has been kicked in. It's gone.
Last summer, John Barker showed us how many of his apartments were being lived in by people who had left the migrant center or the airport shelter operated by the city. Some had paid money to gang members to stay there.
They had their own leases that they were signing with these residents, or with these migrants that they were bringing in, taking their money and breaking into our units.
And we can't call this safe. Money being paid to gang members to stay in a property that is owned by someone else. They're writing out their own leases, etc. And this happened on the watch of this current mayor and the current city councilman and also the current police leadership. So there are some conversations that has to be had, some changes must be made moving forward.
Barker says he begged the city for help, but at first an assistant city attorney responded with indifference.
And he said verbatim to me, we refuse to acknowledge there's a migration issue. And if there's any issues on site that you're having to deal with, that's on you.
That's just simply unacceptable. At no point should a small business owner or a citizen of this city be begging the city for assistance, begging for help, and then to get the blowback that this citizen got from the assistant city attorney, simply saying we don't have a migrant issue. Sounds political to me, trying to be in denial. This denial did not stop what happened. The denial did not stop the arrest of these gang members. This denial did not stop the downfall of this business whereby it simply wasn't able to recover. And to ultimately shift the blame to the property owner and say, that's on you? No, it's on you. And it's time for you all to go. It's time for new leadership. It's time for the house to literally be cleaned and new leadership come in to do things the right way and listen to we the people, take care of our small businesses and take care of our citizens.
In a statement today, the city said it made extensive efforts to keep the area safe. SAPD increased patrols in the complex, dedicated specialized units to investigate criminal activity, and worked closely with property owners and management to respond to ongoing concerns. Barker says by the time SAPD raided the complex last October, arresting 19 people, including 4 Tren de Aragua members, 60% of the units were damaged or vacant. Repairs were so extensive and costly, he's now forced to give the property back to the bank next week.
I back the blue. Undoubtedly, I am a strong supporter of our San Antonio Police Department. However, this is just simply not acceptable. And I want you all to place yourselves in the shoes of those people that live in that apartment complex and also that property owner. Would you believe that would be acceptable with the problems and the crime continually taking place on a daily basis? Yet and still, this is all that was done. Eventually, yes, a raid was done and the raid took place and over a dozen people were arrested, but it was too little, too late. And so as the next mayor of San Antonio, I can assure you that that won't be happening on my watch. It will not be happening on my watch. And it's a shame that it took place, but we can't go backwards, but we can move forward and do better. Once again, I am Dr. Tim Westley, and I hope that I can earn your support so we can protect the citizens of San Antonio and make San Antonio great again. God bless you.